Hey guys, how's it going? Robert Warshak here, and we're going to be taking a look and doing our deck overview on the Murloc Paladin. It's one of those decks that if it draws right and gets the combo, it's really tough to beat, and why it's one of our top decks to ladder with right now. It's not a hard deck to play, and there's like, when you don't have, it's not a hard deck to pilot, and you don't have a lot of decisions per turn, it makes room for less mistakes. Less mistakes mean, you have a basically higher chance to win, and this deck does all of that. So, for those of you unfamiliar with how we do a deck, guys, we're going to take a look at the deck. I'm going to explain why all of the cards are in here, their functions and synergies. From there, we're going to go into some ranked games. You're going to see basically how the deck is played, which is not that hard. It's probably one of our shorter deck guides because literally the deck just does one thing and then it does it really well. So with that, let's get into it. As you can see, this is a full Murloc package. So anything like Grimscale Oracle, 1 mana, 1/1, give your other Murlocs +1 attack. It's basically the Timberwolves of Murlocs, and a really good card. Tidecaller, super good card. 1 mana, 1/2 Murloc. Whenever you summon a Murloc, it gets +1 attack. So obviously fantastic turn 1 play here. This card alone can win you games just because if it goes left unchecked, you just keep making Murlocs, which is every minion in this deck besides like 2 or 3. And yeah, it's insane. Murmy, 1 mana Murloc, has 1/1 and it's reborn, so it's just really obnoxious to deal with. Also, when it comes back to life, the Tidecaller, again, because you basically a Murloc is being summoned, the Tidecaller actually gets +1 attack. Toxin, really annoying card, but really good. It's a 1 mana, 1/2 Murloc. Battlecry, give a friendly Murloc poisonous. So in this deck, as we know, if our opponent plays like a really big minion, if you're, let's say, going against Shaman, and they do their, evolve tactic, and they play their guy, and they get like a free 8 mana minion, right? You give Murmy, you give a Toxfin to Murmy, and then Murmy a 1/1 traded into like an 8/8, and you dealt with a Sea Giant, or you dealt with an Evolve, or a Mutate, or whatever. So Toxfin, super really good, and it's also really good against priests. They play Northshire Cleric, you just Toxfin Murloc, trade into it, kill the Northshire Cleric. Bluegale Warrior, 2 mana, 2/1 Murloc, charge. Charge is a mechanic that hasn't really been printed in a really long time because it's really hard to navigate around the space of charge because they're really powerful, hence Leroy Jenkins. Any charge Murloc is good. You can Bluegill Warrior, Toxfin, and for 3 mana, you can kill anything in the game. It's insane. Fishflinger, 2 mana, 3/2 Murloc, Battlecry, add a random Murloc to each player's hand. Making more Murlocs is good because you play more Murlocs and all the cards in your deck synergize with Murlocs. Sir Finley, this is normally just a card that you're going to end up playing as a 2 mana, 2/3 Murloc. Some games it'll work out where you can play this guy and you get his battle cry, but for the most part, he's just a Murloc you're going to put in here, and he's just a 2 mana, 2/3 Murloc. But if you happen to get his ability off because you've been lucky enough not to pull him through your Tip the Scales, which again, we haven't gotten to yet, but the point of this deck, really good card. I don't want to elaborate on too much because you won't be playing him for like his actual ability. He's just a basically River Crocodile that happens to be a Murloc. Zephyrus. This card is in the deck because we have, I guess we'll show it, Tip the Scales. It's an 8 mana, summon 7 Murlocs from your deck, but you don't actually have to pay 7 mana for this guy because you run Prismatic Lens. Prismatic Lens says, draw a minion and a spell from your deck, swap their costs. Because there is only one other spell in your deck, Tip the Scales, you're always getting Tip the Scales, and because all of the minions, for the most part, cost less than basically 3 to 4 mana, is what you're, most of the minions, 1 to 4, you have Leroy and Chef Nomi, which is, they're still high costed, but there's not as likely to hit with Prismatic Lens. You're going to be able to play Tip the Scales for like 4 mana or less, and that is absolutely insane. So, because you're able to play so many Murlocs out of your deck, it thins your deck out, giving you the ability to basically play Zephyrus a lot sooner than you would have, because of just how much draw this deck has for summoning of minions out of the deck. Cold Light Seer, again, give all your other Murlocs +2 health, really good ability. Giving Murlocs health is good. Your whole deck is filled with Murlocs. Murloc War Leader. Oh, you have your other Murlocs have +2 attack. Really good card. It's basically a Savage Roar for all of your Murlocs. And if, again, you Tip the Scales and you get like the Bluegale Warrior out there, he has, 4 attack already. So you just play Tip the Scales, you get Bluegale Warriors, War Leader comes out because that's what happens. And you have basically 2 chargers that do 4 damage each. So whether you're going face or clearing minions, it's just insane. Nightmare Emma Golem, just a 3 mana, 3/4. He counts as a Murloc. That's why he's in here. He's just decently statted, 3 mana card. It's a Murloc. Murloc Tasty Fin, again, Death Rattle, draw 2 Murlocs from your deck. He's 4 mana, but it's not a bad, like, 4 mana to draw 2 card when he dies, plus he's a Murloc, plus he's decently statted. Like a 3/2 is for this ability, it's insane. Gotta play this card. Plus, again, you're thinning your deck, drawing more cards, which is going to lead us into one of our later cards. Not yet. Prismatic Lens, covered it. True Silver Champion, 4 mana, 4/2 weapon. You heal a little bit when you attack, but it's mainly just here as a 4 mana play, and it's good at clearing, and it's just a good card in general. Leroy Jenkins. First, this whole deck is revolving on Murlocs. Murlocs are early game cards and are early game minions that deal a lot of damage and basically try to win the game quickly. What does Leroy Jenkins do? He's a 5 mana deal 6 damage. He's insane burst and really, really good, especially in the later stage of the game where you can go like Leroy and then you play Zephyrus and then you give him Wind Fury. So you do 12 damage with Leroy. Let's say you have a True Silver out. That's 16 damage. That's more than half your opponent's life with just a couple cards in your deck. Chef Nomi. So because we draw so much in this deck and because most of the time we're tipping the scales, this is basically drawing 14 cards from your deck with tip the scales. Plus you have Tasty Fins. Plus you have Prismatic Lens. This is like a Chef Nomi is like your super late game win condition. If your opponent has dealt with both waves of tip the scales, it's dealt with your Zephyrus, it's dealt with all of the other stuff. You play Chef Nomi, and it's your last hoorah to get the job done. Not necessarily the win condition of the deck, but most definitely a win condition if the tip the scales, which is your main one, doesn't work out. And yeah, that's about it. The deck, like I said, you'll see it's very easy to pilot, not that intensive thinking. It does I don't want to keep putting this deck down under, but it's a really powerful deck with not a lot of brain power that has to be used. And that's why a lot of people use it. And that's why it's one of our top decks to play, because not everybody wants to sit there and play 4D chess all day. Some players just want to play some Murlocs and smash your opponent in the face. And I get that. I get that. So with that, let's head into the games and enjoy them, guys. Maybe the mulligan strategy isn't just mulligan for Prismatic, even though I'm fairly certain 999% of the time it is.
In session. My blade burns with holy fire.
1, 2, 3. No, stop drawing tip the scales. Oh my goodness. We need to stop drawing this card. We don't want to draw this card. We want to draw the other card. I mean, we drew Prismatic Lens like 2 games, kind of. So. I mean, to draw tip the scales versus draw the lens, it's the same chance. Literally the same chance. Remembering.
Behold, jewels of the sun.
Does he have Innervate? Oh my god. Dude, could you stop? Like, come on. That trade feels terrible. Hit him in the face. That's what the place is.
Behold, jewels of the sun.
Oh, this song's good. Dun, dun, dun. Sounds like Goku charging up.
So many contradictions.
Well, that's an easy game. Welcome to the jungle. No need.
Victory is yours.
Let's take a look at who dropped a follow and a sub this stream. We had... Oh snap, we had, again, Jerry with the Twitch Prime for 25 months, ProArc with the 23 months, Snail with the 13 month, Gabber with the 200 bitch, and Motormouth with a follow. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Jungle, welcome to the jungle. To your knees. This is good stuff right here. Woohoo! Hard games, boys. These are hard games. I played 2 cards and he conceded. Hard games here, boys. Really, really tough. We gotta think about these ones. This is tough. There's a couple songs like this that I heard at a, what is it called? A gaming
Burns with holy fire.
arcade. They started playing like these funky jazz songs, but like instead of being like new, they're like older. So they play like all kinds of cool stuff. Then I built a whole station on it. But it's still, this is like a brand new station. So there's like a lot of songs that aren't great yet. Like that song, that's getting downvoted. But here's probably another good one.
Your wish is my suggestion.
Snakes. Explosive.
Reporting for duty.
It's not fair.
Burn. Burn. Burn.
To remind you, mess you made.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. We're gonna have to, the reason I attacked there was because we needed to get that secret out sometime, and like, it was a clear board and he wasn't gonna like kill a bunch of other stuff.
Reporting for duty.
That's probably gonna be like a freezing and a rat. Okay. Let's check for that freezing. Well, it's probably going to be a snake, but it could be freezing. Alright, not freezing. So he's definitely going to have a snake then. Not snake? Alright, so what is that then? That's a rat trap and a pressure plate.
You'll find me wherever the action is.
Oh, I'm fucked. Technically at 1 HP if I do this. He drew both Bran and King in the first, like, what, 13 cards? And I didn't draw Prismatic or Tip the Scales in the first 13. Unfortunate. I'm dead. Eh, it was close. He drew both of his cards that his deck revolves around, and I drew 0 of mine. So, I mean, what do you expect? Alright, let's knock it out of the park. Good. Okay. Let's take him out. Let's take this guy out, boys. Oh, we drew Prismatic. Looks good. We also have coined Prismatic, which is really good. Oh, I was hoping I wouldn't get both war leaders. Fine, though. Because normally, like, we have all the Murlocs out, and then I would throw down a war leader. But maybe we just put back the more. I figured keeping 1 was okay, but I guess we're coining it on 3 anyway, so I guess it was kind of bad. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is a very, very slow start. I probably fucked up there. I shouldn't have kept this. The song is called Dick in a Box. I don't know if we should listen to it or not. And I hate the green screen keeps doing this to my forehead. It's so obnoxious.
Reporting for duty.
Yep, this song's getting downvoted. I already hear the fucking guy.
Of course it's the right way.
Well, actually, I can do this. Do like this, and then I'll have to change the,
To battle.
I'm gonna have to change this. Then it makes me look all white and shit. I don't like that. Wish it would just work right. There we go. These guys are like fairly low. So we need to draw. Oh, we still have 3 copies in our deck. Ooh, that's really bad. Does he have Innervate? Fuck. He's completing it? Yep. Not cool. Alright, let's draw a 1 or a 2 drop here. Cool. Now if he starfalls, he kills everything but 2 of these guys. Alright, so all the downvotes went in, so now we can switch. Oh shit, he doesn't have it? Oh yeah, baby. Oh baby. Innervate, 3 drop. What's for 3?
Power.
Okay. Guess that makes sense.
Burn.
Reporting for duty.
My experience so far is Murloc Shaman usually wins against Murloc Paladin. Probably just because they have a stronger opener. Like, this opener is very dependent on the prismatic and stuff.
Options.
Man, he's got Sonaris coming out next turn. It sucks pumping 8 damage into that, but Sonaris is worth the play around. How many Murlocs are in my deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Starfall. Urger. Okay. Does he kill the guy that draws me Murlocs? No, perfect. All right, don't draw a Murloc. Don't draw a Murloc. Fuck, we drew a Murloc. If I play this, oh, I have to play this. And this goes face, or this trades. Because now we can go, Chef, we can do Zephyrus and get, like, a blood, or, whatever it's called. Fucking Bloodlust. Not anymore, though, but. It was a potential. It was a small potential.
Of course it's the right way.
I play this every time.
I'm almost out of cards.
So then that's now my last card. The question is, do I Zeph now? Kinda, I just want to see what he's gonna give me. Kinda want to clear the board, right? Yep.
I'm out of cards.
Alakazam!
Okay. This is it. That's all we got. What's left? Ayaya. Ayaya. Don't Zephyrus me. If he Zephyrus, he wins. Okay. Guess we don't lose yet. Okay. Okay. He just pumped all face. I can beat that, right? Did I just win? 12. I think I just did. Ah! Easy. Wasn't even worried.